Hey there. So, this is the beginning. I am starting something new, and I know this is going to be interesting for everybody involved. Um, I am going with a traditional vlog, I suppose, video blog, which is a video weblog. There's so much to say, and there's so much to do. And regardless of how I make the first video, I know it's not going to be what I want it to be totally. Um, the first piece is the first piece. It's the first step. So it is what it is. It's raw, filtered, and uncut because I want to leave it that way. I want this to be the beginning. And I'll be happy to look back on it later. But, and hopefully you will too. My name is Kyle Kirschner. I started a company called Voice in the Wilderness Consulting several years ago. And as I have developed that, it has led me on the greatest creative endeavor I've ever been on. Not solely for the business. Like, the more I dive into what a business is, the more I was brought to the realization that it's serving other people, which makes sense on a surface level. But when you start looking at what that is, what that requires, it is a tremendous rabbit hole that requires personal development to even understand who you are, because you need to understand who you are as an individual and a person to be able to understand your clients, to understand what they're going through and what they need and how you can serve them. And I'm careful to say serve instead of help. The more you look into serving, the deeper it goes. I'll let you know that I'm a Christian, and so I do believe in servant leadership and serving others. But again, while I was a Christian before starting the business made me a better Christian. Because of the internal work that has to go on. I believe people are physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual creatures. And I don't believe in woo-woo stuff the way that people have described what woo-woo is. But I have had unexplainable moments. I've heard of countless unexplainable moments from other people. So it is a common occurrence, actually. Like, it's not uncommon. It's not rare. It's part of the natural and common condition. People do appear to experience it differently on the outsets, but I feel like the more people grow into it, develop into it, or develop it, the more there's congruency, the more people come together. And it's not in a sense of copying each other. It's pattern recognition from their individual points of view, their own perspective. They're coming to the same conclusions from a different set of events. So they have all collected their own test data, and individual collections of test data is all pointing to the same. The people are all coming to the same conclusion. I'm also just right before this experienced about 10 minutes of ego death. And And I'm glad it happened because it gave me whatever this is happening right now. Like, I already planned to do this and I was preparing to do this. And then I experienced that. And it put me in a completely new frame of mind to go ahead and do it. So, I am a fan of discovering oneself, becoming oneself, which sounds odd, but what I have realized is that most people, every person that I can think of, has at least at one time been totally ignorant of themselves. And I don't think anyone currently on this planet has totally realized their own selves. A sense of total self-actualization. I think there are people who are very close, but I also think that's an infinite thing, an infinite game. It's as you develop identity, you can move towards infinity. Infinitely creating identity. And when you create identity, like you change your reality. What you're able to do in the world, what you desire to do in the world. There's a saying, I'm a millennial. I was born in 88. There's a saying that they said to I'm pretty sure everybody's heard it, that you can grow up to be anything. And I think technically that's true. Like, you can be anything as long as you truly want it. You go for it. You train for it. You study for it. As long as you make the plan and take the actions, you can go there. You can become that thing. But I think a lot of people either procrastinate or fail or just simply don't try because honestly, the only thing you can do is be who and what you are. And you have to discover that before you're able to actually do that. And sometimes that means trying things that turn out to not be you. And after you try enough things, you start to see a pattern of who you are, what you can do, not just what you can do, but what you want to do. The you starts exposing itself and it starts being seen by others and by yourself. And as that development occurs, your whole world changes right in front of you. It just keeps happening over and over and over and over and over again. The world opens itself to you. And you have this infinite gift that's just unfolding. And it's a gift to everyone. It's a gift to yourself. It's a gift to everyone around you. It's a gift to the whole world. And I think that this new paradigm is taking over the world. A lot of people are calling it a creator economy, because people are able to simply create their writings, their thoughts, their videos. This can just go out into the world. And now this becomes an unfolding of who I am in front of the entire world. And as someone else experiences this, the same happens for them. As they start hearing about it, it begins to happen for them because they know it can happen. There's a lot of time, especially early on, when there's barriers in the mind to protect the ego, to protect essentially a false identity. You've got something there, and you don't need to go through ego death. That's just something that I happen to be working on right prior to this. And it has been extremely insightful departing from that and then immediately moving into this. Because it's continuing to happen as I'm speaking. And I'm merely engaging a flow state to enjoy it happening. Enjoy it happening in front of me. And to know that this is going to go out and happen in front of you too. So thank you. Thank you for watching this. And I know you can feel something. I know you can. Because it happens to me too, all the time. I'm ecstatic about what's happening right now. There's a point that has been crossed for me where I've gone past the point of no return. There is no return. And I could not be happier. Because this action right now is solidifying yet another emerging identity that will become solidified over time, remaining consistent. Because I am consistent. That's part of my identity. Moving closer. There's so many things I want to talk about. Like, I enjoy business. I can get into the nitty-gritty of particular topics, but that's not the important part. The important part is the change. The change that happens in the world from one developing individual. And as that one individual decides and chooses and commits to developing, I can, I will, I must, immediately everything for that person changes. And then the people around them, because the people around them can feel it, they're being influenced by it in a positive way. It can't be helped. Once it starts, it's like a brush fire. Someone chooses to stop dimming their light and they become a beacon, a symbol for hope, for strength, for courage, for creativity, for creation. And as soon as that fire hits another person, that person catches some of the fire. If they stand next to each other, that person's going to bust into flames too. And now you got two people on fire. I imagine if they got close, somehow the fire from both of them would get bigger. That's what happens with physical fire, right? But now they can go in different directions. And so that's what's happening right now. I'm starting a brush fire. Not me. We're starting a brush fire. And that's the important part. It's we, it's us, it's our. Guess you could say they. Not good with pronouns. All right. The fire started. From here on out, it's about adding to it, making it bigger, making it burn brighter, bigger, faster. Faster is really the part that I want to get into because it's about establishing it. The ball is rolling. It's not push and stop and push and stop and push and stop. It's push and now it's going. That's where we are. And then we come back and we push it again and now it goes faster. And now we push it again and now it goes faster. And then somehow, I don't know what the qualitative difference is, but then we make the ball bigger, we make the ball heavier, we give it more inertia, we push it harder, it goes faster, it's heavier, until this thing is unstoppable. It is the unstoppable force. This is the unstoppable force. infinite mass and infinite speed of love, strength, hope, light, passion, fire, courage, whatever. I can keep talking like this forever. I've always been able to. So, what I give to you is fire. Come back and watch this anytime you need to. This is going on YouTube, so if you like this content, like and subscribe. I don't know where it goes from here. I don't need to know. I know the destination. The how and the individual whats are not that important. Not that important. How we get there changes from the day to day. But we're going here. Let's do this. Just hold an image in your mind, the same image that you already have, the same image you had before I started using words, and just see where we're going. There you go. I'm just brightened up. We're going there. And the fact that I didn't have to tell you, and you already knew, means that you already knew we were going there. So, I'm glad this is going. Posting this as soon as possible. I'll see you soon. Much love.